Aha, dude. Do you feel it? That creeping doubt, that silent pressure. Yeah, I'm talking about them. Those people talking behind your back, plotting your fall right now while you think you're safe? Crazy, right? But here's the twist. This isn't just another wake-up video. Nah, this is the one that hits hard, hits real, and might just change everything. I'm about to show you secrets, truths no one dares speak, truths that'll make your skin crawl and your blood boil. And hey, before we dive deeper, shout out to you. Yeah, you, the one grinding, the one underestimated, the one the world keeps ignoring. You made it here. That already makes you different. Leave a comment if you're ready to step up, if you're ready to break chains, if you're ready to watch while the world tries to erase you. Because this is your time, your moment, your ride. They're talking about you, not behind your back. No, they're not hiding it. They're planning, whispering your exit like a secret you'll never hear. And you sit there blind, thinking the world bends for your smile. But the world doesn't bend. It breaks. And you're next. Can you feel it? That cold prickle crawling up your spine. That's them, counting the seconds, measuring the cracks in your armor, every misstep you've ever made, every trust you ever gave away. It's all on display, framed for their amusement. They don't need to see your face. They only need your fear. Look closer. The shadows are alive tonight. They twist. They leer. They wait. You think it's paranoia, but no, this is precision. Calculated. Silent. The kind of silence that screams louder than any chaos you've ever known. You will never hear the meeting. Never see the nods behind closed doors. But their fingerprints are all over the room, where you don't exist. 3 names, 3 targets, and 1 prize. You. The thought alone should make your skin crawl. It should set your teeth on edge. But here's the joke. Most of you don't even know the game has started. And yet, there's a spark, deep inside, buried beneath the fatigue, the doubt, the mask you show the world. That spark is a flaw in their plan. They didn't expect it. A tiny ember of chaos, of rage, of survival. It's almost poetic, isn't it? That the hunted may become the predator. Almost, but not quite yet. Not until you see them. Not until you understand the shapes of their smiles, the subtle tilt of their heads, the cruel cadence of their laughter. Every gesture designed to test you, to measure how much they can push before you snap. You will snap. Oh yes, you will. But when you do, it will be nothing like they imagined. Do you hear it? That silence between heartbeats? That is your audience. The emptiness that waits for your move. You feel exposed, naked, stripped of every layer you thought kept you safe. That is the first truth. That is the whisper. They are coming, and not for your good. They are coming to carve their mark across your life, to erase you from the board. But you can turn the knife. You can smile while the world trembles. It is a question of daring, a question of nerve. And if you dare, you might just enjoy the chaos you create in return. Look at them. Really look. Every smile hiding a knife. Every handshake masking betrayal. every promise folded into lies. They think they are safe behind their schemes, that you are weak, that you will never notice, but the cracks are already forming. Can you see them? Little fractures in their confidence, a hesitation, a misstep, a flicker of doubt. They are human, and humans bleed, even humans like these. And bleeding, oh, it can be beautiful when you know where to cut, when you know exactly which string to pull. The game is theirs to lose. But the question is, who is really playing? 3 faces, 3 names, 3 shadows stretching across the life you thought was yours. They move quietly, carefully, like snakes in a garden that isn't theirs. You can't see them yet, but they see you. Every habit, every weakness, every secret tremor in your confidence. They measure it, they catalog it, and they wait patiently, because patience is a weapon sharper than anger, sharper than fists, sharper than the truth you've been running from. They don't need to strike yet. The thrill is in the preparation, the anticipation, the knowing that you will never be the same once the game begins. Look closer. Each shadow is different. One whispers doubt, one manipulates loyalty, one erodes trust, and you are caught in the center, spinning dizzy, hunted. Every choice you make bends under their pressure. Every step you take has already been considered. They don't rush. They don't panic. Chaos is for amateurs. They are architects, master planners, puppeteers with invisible strings you didn't know existed. And the best part, you think you're moving freely, but freedom is just another illusion. Can you feel it? That tension curling in your chest? That tightening in your gut? That is their presence. That is the knowledge that you are being watched, measured, weighed. Every heartbeat is recorded. Every mistake logged. And the smallest miscalculation will cost you everything. They are not human. Or maybe they are. They wear human masks. But inside, they are predators. Cold, calculating, dangerous. And the worst part? They know you better than you know yourself. They know how to break you. They know which fears to ignite, which insecurities to sharpen, which buttons to push until you collapse. But here is the twist, the thing they cannot predict. You are not theirs yet. Not fully. There is a flicker, a crack in your mind, a spark that refuses to die. It is small, fragile, but it is there, and it grows with every stolen glance, every whispered threat, every calculated move they make. Because the more they tighten the noose, the more alive you become. You start to see patterns. You start to understand strategy. You start to feel the delicious pull of chaos in your own veins. You start to fight. Watch them closely. Watch the shadows, the smiles, the hands that reach for your ruin. They believe they are untouchable. But no one is untouchable. Not even the most careful, the most cunning, the most confident. Every shadow can be turned against itself. Every string can be cut. Every predator can bleed. And when the time comes, you will strike. Swift, precise, unexpected, like lightning tearing through calm skies. They will never know it came from you. Look at yourself. Really look. Strip away the masks, the lies, the excuses. Who is staring back? Someone small, someone afraid, someone who pretends to move forward while the world laughs at every hesitation. That reflection, it's your enemy, not them, not the shadows, not the three plotting your fall. You are the weak link, the misstep, the pause that gives them time. Every dream you've held, every ambition you've whispered in the dark, it trembles because of this mirror, and it's honest, brutally honest. It doesn't lie, and it won't forgive. Do you feel it? That punch to the gut? That tightening in your chest that makes you want to look away? Don't. Hold it. Taste it. Let it remind you who you really are when the world is quiet and the masks fall away. This is the moment, the raw truth that no one else will give you. You are fragile. You are flawed. You are human. And yet, there is power in recognition, in seeing every crack, every scar, every hesitation. Because once you see it, you can fight it. Once you see it, you can remake yourself. Once you see it, you can laugh while the world trembles. Every weakness you hide is ammunition for them. Every doubt you nurture is a gift. Every fear you ignore, a trap. They count on it. They rely on it. They know you better than you know yourself. But here's the delicious twist, the irony that tastes so sweet. Your weakness is also your weapon. Every flaw, every fear, every insecurity can be sharpened into a blade. And the moment they come to exploit it, you will use it on them. Turn the mirror outward. Reflect every shadow, every dagger, every whispered betrayal, and watch them flinch. Feel it. The rage, the shame, the bitter truth of every failure you've buried under excuses and apologies. Let it burn. Let it sting. Let it whisper in your ear like a lover of chaos. Every tear you've cried in silence. Every night you've trembled alone. They fuel you. They sharpen you. And when the time comes, they will never see it coming. The same weakness they plotted to destroy you with will be the engine of your rise. Stand there, trembling, broken, honest, and then rise. Let the reflection scare you. Let it thrill you. Let it remind you that the world is a mirror, and every predator you meet is only as dangerous as you allow them to be. Look closer and smile, because this mirror is yours to shatter. Everything you learned, every rule, every line drawn in sand that you were told to follow, burn it, watch it curl and blacken. Let the smoke choke the fear out of you. They mapped your path. They told you where to stand, where to hesitate, where to fall, and you believed them. Fool, but the map is a lie. Every boundary they placed, every limit, every expectation was designed to contain you. And containment is the death of ambition. Containment is weakness. Containment is laughable. Do you feel the fire yet? That itch in your chest? That pull in your gut? That delicious, dangerous craving to destroy what they think they own? Every expectation, every should, every must is a chain. And chains are meant to break. Break them, shatter them, leave nothing behind but ash and the memory of obedience. They will look at you and wonder how you moved so quickly, how you vanished from the path they laid out, how you became a force they cannot predict. They will never see it coming, and that is the beauty of it. The old map promised comfort, safety, predictability, lies, sweet lies wrapped in the illusion of control. They fed you this narrative to keep you distracted, compliant, small. And for too long, you listened. Too long, you waited. Too long, you surrendered. Now, surrender is no longer an option. You are beyond waiting, beyond obedience, beyond the weak reflections staring back in the mirror. You are fire now. You are the storm they cannot chart. And every map, every plan, every expectation will burn before your feet. Can you taste it? The power in chaos, the thrill of uncertainty, the raw beauty of destruction that rebuilds. The world wants you predictable, safe, invisible. Let them want. Let them whisper. Let them plot. You will be the anomaly, the twist they cannot untangle, the rule that breaks every law they believed unbreakable. And when you move without apology, without hesitation, without fear, because the map is gone, the path is gone, the world is yours, and chaos is the only compass you need. Watch closely. Observe how the shadows shift when you discard what they gave you. Notice how the hunters hesitate when the prey refuses to follow the lines. Taste the panic when your freedom becomes their nightmare. And remember, every time you burn another chain, another rule, another expectation, you are not losing something. You are claiming everything. Everything they said you couldn't have. Everything they said you weren't. Everything they thought you would never be. Disappear. Not physically, not yet, but in thought, in presence, in the spaces they think you occupy. Slip between the cracks, fade into the background, become the ghost they forget exists. They measure power in noise, in movement, in bravado. Foolish. True force moves like smoke, silent, unseen, deadly. You are not noticed. You are underestimated. And that is the perfect advantage. Because what is invisible cannot be defended against. See them. Study them. Watch the twitch of a finger, the flash in an eye, the subtle tremor in a smile. They reveal everything in plain sight. Every weakness, every fear, every desire. And you take it. You store it. You fold it into your mind like a weapon. Every glance they waste on you, every word they whisper, it is ammunition. You become both shadow and predator. Silent, patient, waiting. And when the moment comes, you strike with precision they never dreamed of. Do you feel it? That tension in the air, the thrill of anticipation curling around your lungs like smoke. That is power. The power to observe without being observed, to act without reaction, to exist without permission. They cannot touch what they do not see. And the more invisible you become, the more they stumble blindly into the trap you set. Every move they make is now choreographed by your silence. Every plan they weave leads only to your design. Invisibility is a mask, but it is not hiding. It is strategy. It is discipline. It is the knowledge that the world watches the loud, the foolish, the desperate. While you prepare, Every unnoticed hour, every whispered plan, every quiet decision shapes your supremacy. They believe they are safe while you exist in the shadows. And safety, oh, how easily it shatters. The hunter does not see the prey, but the prey, oh, the prey sees everything. Imagine it, every enemy you've ever feared, every rival you've ever envied, every shadow that has lingered over your path. None of them suspect, none of them see. And when the strike comes, it will be flawless, swift, invisible, unforgiving. And in that silence, in that sudden chaos, the truth will hit them like a revelation they cannot escape. That you, the one they dismissed, were always the storm they ignored. All right, listen up. You made it. Yeah, you, to the end. And that already proves something. You're different. You're awake. You're hungry. Can you feel it? That fire burning inside right now? That's your power, your chaos, your edge, and the world doesn't even see it coming. Now, here's the deal. Don't let this energy die. Don't scroll away. Don't forget how sharp you feel. Comment below right now. Tell me what hit you hardest, which truth shook you, which part made your blood boil, because I want to see you rise. I want the world to know you're not someone to be ignored, not ever. Remember this. They can plan, they can whisper, they can try to erase you, but you are the storm they never saw coming. You are the chaos, the fire, the one rewriting all the rules. And this is just the beginning. Yeah, the very beginning of what you're capable of. Hey buddy, you clicked this moment because your pulse felt the shift earlier. You've been stretched by doubt so many times it carved sharp focus inside. People counted you out before you even started learning your own strength. But you're here again, rising quietly, while they wonder how you kept moving. Stay with me because this path opens deeper clarity. You've earned through struggle. Drop your voice in the comments so others feel less alone. Walking forward. This isn't noise. It's a mirror showing what your growth truly looks like. You survived quiet storms, shaping discipline. No one expected you to carry. If you stay until the end, you'll feel that internal switch rise again. Your journey matters here more than any label they once tried to place. Keep watching, because each second strengthens the identity they never understood fully. And trust this moment, because it marks the chapter you finally choose alone. I can almost hear the quiet shift in your breathing the moment you walked away. A tiny break in the pattern. They thought you'd never escape. And that's when everything tilted. That's when the story twisted. That's when you stopped being predictable. They felt the floor move. Not because you ran, but because you stepped out of their little script. They never expected it. They counted on your hesitation, your fear, your need to keep the peace. But you slipped through the cracks like a whisper they couldn't cage. And that whisper became a signal, a spark, a warning. The kind that rattles the mind long after the door closes. The kind that lingers. The kind that rewrites the rules. You didn't leave to prove anything. You left because the space around you had grown too tight, too stale, too small for the edges you were trying to sharpen. And that exit, that single, deliberate exit, carried more weight than any long speech ever could. It carved a line between who you were and who you're becoming. A quiet shift with sharp consequences. People don't fear your departure. They fear what happens after you're gone, the reflection it forces on them, the truths it reveals, the fractures it exposes. And when you walk away with calm steps, they feel a storm forming behind your eyes. They sense the rise. They sense the change. They sense the version of you that doesn't hesitate anymore. Revolutions don't begin with noise. They begin with intention. The kind that burns slow. The kind that whispers before it roars. And your decision to step out of their reach wasn't chaos. It was clarity. A clarity that cracks through every layer of doubt they placed on you. A clarity sharp enough to start its own shift, its own rebellion. And now they stare at the absence you left behind. They trace it. They study it. They question it. Because the one who walks away first holds the map. The leverage, the edge. You didn't just leave the room, you changed the rules of it. You walked out, and everything they thought was stable began to tremble. And that tremble makes them restless. It makes them watch. It makes them remember. There's a moment right after someone expects you to explode, where everything goes still, and that stillness slices deeper than any outburst ever could. Rage is predictable, noise is familiar, but silence is dangerous. It crawls under their skin. It reminds them they no longer control your reactions. And that unsettles them more than any roar you could deliver. You didn't stay quiet because you were weak. You stayed quiet because you were calculating, measuring, observing. Letting their words fall flat in the air with no fuel to burn. That emptiness they felt wasn't confusion. It was exposure. Your silence held a mirror to them, and they weren't ready for the reflection staring back. Not ready to confront what your calm revealed. Some people depend on your noise to feel certain about their place. They want your reaction more than your reason. They crave the chaos of your frustration because it keeps the story familiar. But when you stop giving them that, when you choose stillness over fire, it throws their entire script off balance. Your silence becomes a shift, a fracture, a reminder of your growing discipline. There's a sharp kind of authority in a quiet mind. A presence that doesn't need volume to be felt. You stand there steady, and everything inside them starts unraveling. They wonder what you're thinking. They wonder what you're planning. They wonder why the old triggers no longer pull you apart. And that wondering becomes its own pressure, its own weight, its own tension building in their chest. Silence is not absence, it's intention. It's restraint, sharpened into a blade they never see until it cuts. And every moment you choose not to react, you build a different kind of strength. The kind that can't be manipulated. The kind that can't be read easily. The kind that forces others to think twice before stepping too close. Your quiet becomes a territory, a boundary, a warning. And deep down, they feel it. They feel the shift in you. They feel the cold clarity behind your eyes. They feel that your silence isn't empty. It's loaded, charged, ready. They feel that you're no longer the person who breaks under pressure. You've become the one who watches, waits, learns, and that unnerves them. Because people fear what they cannot predict. They fear what they cannot trigger. They fear the one who walks away and stays quiet. There's a strange panic that hits the moment someone realizes they've lost their grip on you. It's subtle at first, a flicker in their expression, a shift in their tone. Then it grows, it tightens, it spreads. Because nothing unsettles the mind like watching control fade through open hands. You became the one thing they couldn't pin down, and that absence turned into a hunger they didn't expect. You didn't force their attention. You didn't beg for it. You simply stopped feeding the pattern that kept you small. And suddenly, the one they overlooked became the one they couldn't ignore. It's peculiar how people value what escapes them, how they study the shape of what's missing more than the form of what's present. Your distance became a riddle they couldn't solve, and that riddle started to consume them. People chase certainty, predictability, familiar reactions, but when you stop offering those, when you slip through their routine like water through clenched fists, they freeze, they rethink, they spiral. Because the moment you remove yourself from the equation, their assumptions lose power. You start existing in their mind rather than their reach. And that shift rewires the entire dynamic. Your absence becomes a presence, a reminder, a tension. They replay old moments trying to find clues. They question their choices. They question your silence. They question the way you vanished without drama, without noise, without leaving a trail to follow. And that mystery pulls at them. The human mind hates the unknown, yet it's drawn to it. And you've become exactly that, the unknown. You didn't slip away to manipulate them. You slipped away to rebuild yourself. But the irony is sharp. The more you rise, the more they return. The more you let go, the tighter they cling. The more unpredictable you become, the more they chase. Because people always want what feels rare. What feels out of reach. What feels like it wasn't meant to be held easily. And you became that rarity. There's a point where the rubble around you stops feeling like an ending and starts feeling like a blueprint. You sit in the quiet mess they never expected you to survive, tracing the edges of what broke you and what built you. Ruins have a way of stripping the noise from life. They leave you alone with your pulse and your truth. And in that stripped-down silence, something new starts breathing. Something sharper, something steadier, something they never prepared for. They thought the damage would keep you low. They thought the weight would keep you still. But pressure changes the shape of a person in ways they can't predict. It sharpens the edges, deepens the focus, turns every discarded piece into a fragment of awareness. You learn what matters by losing what didn't. You learn who you are by standing in the wreckage without flinching. And slowly the ruins stop looking like a trap and start looking like a foundation. Pain becomes an architect. It sketches new lines inside you that weren't there before. Stronger lines, straighter lines. Lines that don't bend for the same patterns that once held you down. You become a different kind of steady, a different kind of aware. And those who left you buried in the dust never imagine you'll rise with clearer sight. They don't imagine the strength built from silence. They don't imagine the discipline forged from pressure. They only see the ruin. They never see the rebuild. But you feel it. You feel the shift in the way you carry your thoughts. You feel the pull of purpose under your skin. You feel the old fears loosening their grip one grain at a time. Every step in the rubble teaches you something they never could. How to hold your ground, how to choose your direction, how to turn what hurt you into a quiet source of power. And the more you rise, the more the past shrinks behind you, until it's only a shadow you no longer fear. People rarely realize the strength of the one who learns alone, the one who pieces themselves back together without applause, The one who takes every shard and fits it into something sharper than before. You didn't climb out for approval. You climbed out because something inside refused to stay small, refused to stay broken, refused to let their absence define your shape. And that refusal becomes your turning point, your ignition, your rebirth. And eventually, they look back and see someone they don't recognize, someone forged in the quiet, someone who learned to stand without leaning, someone who rose from the debris with eyes that see further than before. They wonder how you did it. They wonder when the shift happened. They wonder how the ruins they left became the ground you launched from. There's a moment when you stop fighting for control and start seeing that it was yours the entire time. A quiet shift in the mind, a recognition, a click. You stop chasing approval. You stop bending to noise. You stop letting the world decide your pulse. And in that still moment, everything rearranges itself around you. Not because you forced it, but because you finally understood that control begins where hesitation ends. Most people mistake force for strength. They think volume wins. They think pressure rules. But real control comes from the one who stays rooted when everyone else scrambles. The one who doesn't need to raise their voice to be heard. The one who doesn't need to grip tightly to hold influence. You stand there, steady, aware, and the room adjusts. Not through threat, through presence, through clarity, through the weight of someone who knows their own mind. You start realizing how often you handed away your authority without noticing. Every time you apologized for existing. Every time you shrank to keep the peace. Every time you let someone else define your limits. But awareness is a blade, and the moment you see the pattern, you cut through it. You reclaim what was yours. Quietly, cleanly, without needing to prove anything to anyone. That recognition is your turning point. Control isn't about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself, your reactions, your impulses, your internal storms. The one who holds themselves steady doesn't get dragged by noise. They choose when to move. They choose when to speak. They choose when to walk away. And that choice becomes the center of their strength. A strength built from discipline, not disruption. A strength people notice even if they don't understand it. And when you reach that level, people feel the difference. They sense the change in the way you hold your gaze. They sense the certainty in your pauses. They sense the calm weight behind your decisions. It unsettles some. It intrigues others. It reshapes the way they approach you, because now you're not reacting out of habit. You're responding with intention. Every word is measured. Every step is deliberate. Every silence was calculated. That's when you realize control was never something to seize. It was something to uncover. Something buried under years of doubt and noise. Something waiting for you to notice it. And once you do, once you stand in that awareness, everything aligns differently. You stop being pulled by old patterns. You stop chasing familiar traps. You stop giving away your center. And the world watches, wondering how the quiet one became the one who holds all the weight. There's a certain chill that runs through people when they realize you've moved past the version of yourself they were counting on. They built their comfort around your predictability, your softness, your hesitation. They shaped their expectations around who you were, not who you were becoming. And when you started shifting, when your edges sharpened and your focus deepened, they felt the ground change beneath them. quietly, suddenly, completely. They didn't see the late nights where you questioned everything. They didn't see the discipline forming in silence. They didn't see the small decisions stacking into something unrecognizable. They assumed you'd stay the same because it was easier for them, easier to manage, easier to dismiss, easier to overlook. But growth isn't a courtesy. It's a consequence of paying attention. And you paid attention to every scar, every mistake, every pattern that once held you down. People get uncomfortable when you rise faster than their expectations. They get tense when your progress exposes their stagnation. Your growth becomes a mirror they don't want to face, a reminder of what they ignored in themselves. And instead of celebrating it, they question it. They analyze it. They whisper about it. Not because you've changed too much, but because they haven't changed at all. Your evolution disrupts the comfort of their excuses. You weren't supposed to rewrite your story. You weren't supposed to elevate your thinking. You weren't supposed to build a new identity from the scraps they left behind. But you did. Quietly. Relentlessly, with a steadiness they never saw coming. And now they can't look at you without feeling the distance that growth creates. A distance built not from arrogance, but from outgrowing the limits they tried to place around you. And the strange thing is, they feel it before you say anything. They feel it in your presence, in your pauses, in the way you no longer react to old triggers, in the way your decisions no longer revolve around their comfort. You're not playing the same role anymore. You're not holding the same weight. You're not living in the same mindset they once controlled. You've stepped into a larger version of yourself, and that shift unsettles them more than any argument ever could. You made it. You stayed. And that alone proves the fire inside isn't fake. Every second you spent here proves you're different, sharper, awake, ready. Take that energy with you. Don't let it fade. Let it fuel your next move. Remember, growth isn't loud, it's steady, it's relentless, and you're living proof. Drop a comment right now. Let me know what hit you hardest, what shook your perspective. Your voice matters. Your journey matters. Every single person watching this, every fighter who refused to bend, you're the reason this content exists. So salute yourself for showing up, for stepping in, and for refusing to stay small. And before you go, remember this. The people who doubted you are still stuck in the old story, but you're rewriting the rules. Take that. Own that. Live that. And if you want more fuel, more fire, stay tuned, because we're just getting started. Hey, listen up. This isn't just another motivator crafted for scrolling warriors, ready to snap into their next level. You didn't land here by accident. Nah. You showed up with that quiet pressure boiling under your ribs, huh? 8 seconds in, and I can already feel your energy glowing, like a storm waiting for a target. Wow. You're not soft. You're not average. You're not built for background noise. You're here to shake your story, right? And trust me, this video isn't playing safe. It's diving straight into the mind that refuses limits ever. But before we tear into the chaos, I want to shout out the people who show up, the ones who watch fully, who finish strong always. You're the reason this message hits heavier, the reason this voice cuts deeper, the reason this channel breathes intensity. Yeah, so if you're here with that hunger that fires, that pressure rising inside, then stick with me till the end, okay? Drop your thoughts in the comments too. Your presence matters more than you know, truly. Funny thing about doors, everyone treats them like polite invitations, as if the world is supposed to slide things toward you with a smile. But you already know better. You've been waiting for a knock that never came, standing there with your jaw clenched and your patience thinning. And one day, you realize something twisted but true. Doors aren't guardians, they're tests. Built to see who's willing to push harder than the timid crowd. Built to expose who's ready to shove the frame until it cracks. People call it reckless. I call it honest. See, there's a moment right before you break through where doubt tries to crawl up your spine. It whispers about risk, loss, embarrassment. Soft little warnings meant to keep you small. But you feel that shift in your chest, that cold snap where fear turns into focus. And once that switch flips, you stop asking permission. You stop waiting for perfect chances. You stop believing that openings appear by courtesy. You start creating your own. Not with noise, not with rage, with certainty. The quiet kind that unnerves everyone watching. Because when you walk in, something changes. The air tightens. Eyes widen. People sense the pressure you carry, even if they can't explain it. They feel the tension you've sharpened over years of being underestimated. You're not trying to impress them. You're not seeking applause. You're simply claiming what should have been yours from the start. Every step you take is a reminder. You didn't climb through life to remain timid. You learned the weight of silence. You learned the strength of decisive motion. And now your presence alone ruins excuses. Most doors aren't locked. People just assume they are. They tap gently and pout when nothing moves. But you strike. You walk forward, like someone who's done being patient, someone who's tasted doubt and found it bland, someone who understands that caution is a tool, not a cage. There's a thrill in that decision, the moment you stop pretending to wait and start acting like the one who belongs. That tension in your chest, that's not fear. That's the rhythm of change. And when that door finally gives way, the world won't say you entered. They'll say you arrived. They'll try to explain it with luck, timing, coincidence. But you'll know the truth they can't swallow. You didn't slip through an opening, you made one. You didn't ask. You stepped forward, and the frame couldn't hold you anymore. They never see it at the start. They look at you like a blank page, clean, harmless, predictable. They think doubt is some kind of verdict stamped on your forehead by people who barely know your name. But doubt is quieter than judgment. It slips into the spaces where belief should be, whispering all the reasons you'll never rise. They assume you'll fold beneath it. They assume you'll shrink. They assume wrong. Because the moment doubt lands on your shoulders, something in you stiffens. Something in you straightens. Something in you thinks, watch me. People underestimate what doubt can sculpt. They don't realize it sharpens the edges you didn't know you had. It turns hesitation into fuel. Turns hesitation into strategy, turns hesitation into that slow burning awareness that you've been carrying potential like a secret blade. They judged your silence. They misread your patience. They mistook your calm for surrender. But beneath that stillness, you were learning the weight of their words, learning how to swallow their expectations without letting them poison your ambition, learning how to grow quietly, where no one could interfere. You felt their eyes, the sideways glances, the small smirks when you spoke too boldly, the polite tone they used when they thought they were being generous. They didn't see your restraint, they saw weakness. They didn't see your calculations, they saw confusion. They didn't see your hunger, they saw a phase. Their mistake wasn't doubting you. Their mistake was assuming you'd accept that doubt as truth, that you'd internalize it, carry it, obey it. But something inside you began to shift, a slow realization. Their doubt revealed more about their limitations than yours. There's a strange thrill in being overlooked. It gives you room to move without scrutiny. It gives you time to grow without pressure. It gives you space to study the terrain before you strike. Every dismissive comment becomes a brick in the foundation you're building. Every underestimation becomes a lesson in disguise. You start to appreciate their disbelief. It becomes your cover, your armor, your camouflage. Not because you need validation, but because being doubted frees you from expectations. It gives you the freedom to rise without noise. And then there comes that moment, the one they never prepare for. The quiet shift where your progress becomes visible, not loud, not dramatic, just undeniable. People blink once, twice, confused by how quickly you've changed shape, but you didn't change quickly. You changed consistently. You changed deliberately. They only noticed when it reached a point they could no longer ignore. They start asking questions. When did you get so sharp? When did you grow so focused? When did you become someone they can't predict? They don't realize you've been sharpening yourself in the dark, while they were busy doubting in the light. Every person they dismissed has the power to turn that dismissal into momentum. Every overlooked moment becomes a stepping stone. Every doubter becomes a silent mentor, teaching you exactly what you refuse to become. So let them doubt. Let them whisper. Let them label you with their tiny expectations. Because when the shift happens, and it will, they'll tell stories about you with the same certainty they once used to dismiss you. Not because you changed who you were, but because you finally stepped into who you always were. Fear wasn't your enemy in the beginning. It was a shadow that followed you quietly, tugging at your sleeve, waiting for you to notice it. You tried to outrun it, outthink it, bury it under forced confidence, but it stayed close, whispering doubts when the room went silent. Most people crumble under that whisper, shrinking when the pressure rises. But you studied it. You learned its shape, its triggers, its voice. And somewhere along the way, fear stopped being a warning and started becoming a forge, heating you from the inside until hesitation melted away. That's when the shift began. Slow, subtle, unstoppable. You realized fear wasn't a wall. It was a tool, a compass pointing toward the moments you didn't want to face. You understood that avoiding those moments kept you fragile, so you stepped closer inch by inch until fear blinked first. Others thought you were getting reckless, but you were getting precise. You were mapping the terrain inside your own mind, learning which thoughts held truth and which ones were old echoes trying to hold you back. And as you leaned into that tension, your pulse steadied. Your breathing sharpened. Fear started answering to you instead of controlling you. That's when you knew you weren't breaking down. You were strengthening. Fear taught you timing. It taught you patience. It taught you how to walk into pressure without letting your nerves chew you apart. When others ran from discomfort, you walked toward it, studying the twitch in your chest like a scientist observing a spark. You turned every anxious moment into a rehearsal for something bigger. You turned every shaking thought into a blade edge. You turned every doubt into a study of resilience. And with every step, you felt less like someone reacting to life and more like someone shaping it. Fear didn't disappear. It evolved. It became part of your strategy, part of your rhythm, part of your rise. Now, when fear shows up, you don't flinch. You assess. You analyze. You listen. And then you move anyway, not because you're fearless, but because you've mastered the art of using discomfort as pressure that propels you forward. You don't need a calm path. You don't need perfect conditions. You only need that familiar tension in your chest, the signal that you're stepping into a new layer of yourself. Fear didn't break you. Fear refined you. Fear didn't stop you. Fear trained you. And every time you advance with that tension burning steady inside you, you prove exactly what you've become. Comfort is the quiet trap no one warns you about. It looks harmless, soft, familiar. Most people walk straight into it and never climb out, choosing routines that numb them instead of challenges that sharpen them. They call it stability. They call it peace. But you've seen what comfort does when it sits too long. It dulls your edges, slows your pulse, turns your ambition into a whisper you barely recognize. You learned early that comfort doesn't keep you safe, it keeps you still. And stillness is the slowest form of surrender. That's why you stepped away from it, even when others called you difficult for wanting more. Pressure became your language. You didn't crave calm mornings or predictable days. You wanted the surge, the tension that wakes the mind and tightens the spine. You wanted to feel your limits bend, stretch, challenge you. Pressure carved out the parts of you comfort tried to smother. It taught you speed when you hesitated, taught you clarity when your thoughts tangled, taught you courage when doubt pressed against your neck. People around you chased ease while you chased difficulty, not because you liked struggle, but because you understood something they didn't. Pressure reveals potential the same way fire reveals steel. Most run from anything that feels too intense. They retreat when the task grows heavy or the path grows unclear. You leaned forward. Pressure didn't scare you. It intrigued you. You treated it like a test written just for you, a puzzle only your mind could decode. While others asked for shortcuts, you asked for challenges. While they hid behind excuses, you confronted the discomfort until it broke apart. You realized that every heavy moment was shaping a version of you they'd never be able to match. And once you understood that, pressure became your advantage. Now when tension builds, people panic. You stay steady. When decisions feel heavy, they freeze. You lock in. When the moment demands more strength than you think you have, you dig deeper than you ever thought possible. Pressure doesn't drain you, it sharpens you. It keeps you alive, alert, awake. It forces you to level up when the world expects you to back down. You don't chase an easy life, you chase a meaningful one. And meaning is forged through choices that make the average person retreat. So let them seek comfort. Let them wrap themselves in predictability and call it wisdom. You know the truth. They're too afraid to face. Comfort is a slow fade. Pressure is a catalyst. Comfort maintains who you are. Pressure reveals who you can become. And that difference is exactly why you rise while they remain still. The mirror has never lied to you. It shows the flaws you tried to hide, the habits you ignored, the choices you regret more than you admit. Most people avoid that reflection because it strips away their excuses and leaves only truth staring back. But you leaned closer instead, studying every detail the way others study distractions. You learn that the mirror doesn't judge, it reveals. And once you can face what it reveals without shaking, the world outside loses its power to intimidate you. That's when self-awareness shifts into strength. Standing in front of that reflection is a quiet battle most never fight. It asks questions no voice dares to speak aloud. Why did you hesitate? Why did you settle? Why did you pretend you were fine when you weren't? These thoughts press against your ribs until you confront them, until you stop running and start analyzing. You realize that honesty with yourself is sharper than any criticism you'll ever face. While others hide behind distraction, you face the silence and the weight of your own decisions. It's not comfortable, but comfort never shaped anyone worth remembering. The mirror becomes a training ground for the mind, cold, clear, and fair. And here's the twist: no one expects. Once you can hold your own gaze without flinching, the outside world becomes far easier to navigate. The comments lose force, the doubts lose volume, the pressure loses bite. Because you've already faced the toughest critic, yourself. You've already broken through the layers of stories you used to tell. You've already seen the raw edges of who you are and who you're becoming. The world can only attack what you haven't accepted yet. And you've accepted everything. You turned reflection into resilience, and resilience into quiet confidence that doesn't need to shout. When you walk out after facing the mirror, you carry a kind of clarity that unsettles people. They can't understand how you stay so composed. But you do, because once you can stand the truth in front of you, you can stand anything beyond it. If you made it this far, then you're cut from a different cloth. The kind that doesn't flinch when the pressure rises or the truth hits heavy, right? You didn't just watch a video, you walked through every line like someone ready to challenge the version of yourself you used to accept. That takes nerve. That takes hunger. That takes the type of mindset most pretend to have but never build. And trust me, your presence here says more about your future than anything you've done in the past. You showed up, you stayed focused, you held the tension instead of running from it. And that alone puts you ahead of the crowd always. So before you bounce, do something simple but powerful. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let the world see the fire you're stepping into. Okay, your voice matters more than you think, and your perspective fuels this entire journey further. If this hit you hard, replay it when you need the reminder and share it with someone who's ready to sharpen up too. And remember, this tension you feel isn't pressure trying to break you. It's the signal that you're rising. Keep pushing, keep thinking, keep moving. The story isn't finished. You are just getting started. Wait. Stop scrolling. Seriously, look at this. Are you even ready for what I'm about to say? This isn't another grow slow video. Nah, this is chaos, raw power, and your mind is about to get shook. You think you're awake? Think again. You've been pushed down, laughed at, told you'll never make it. But guess what? That's your fuel, your fire, your weapon. Stick with me till the very end, and I promise your brain is going to explode. Comment below. Yeah, right now. Tell me how ready you are to break every limit, to tear apart the weak version of yourself. And yo way, Real talk. I respect every second you're investing, every struggle, every battle, every sleepless night. This video is for you. So buckle up, strap in, lean forward. This isn't polite. This isn't safe. This is your wake-up call, your chaos injection, your evolution. Watch, listen, absorb, react. Leave your mark in the comments. I want to feel your energy, your fire. This is for the fighters, the hungry, the ones ready to dominate. Look at yourself. Really look. Not the version you show the world, the one hiding in shadows, the one that whispers secrets you've buried. It's ugly, it's weak, it's quiet, but it's alive, and it's laughing, because it knows you've been lying to yourself all this time, pretending growth is a gentle climb, pretending you're climbing at all. You're falling, and the floor is cracking beneath you. You think you know fear. You think you've felt it gnawing at your bones. But this is the mirror. It doesn't lie. It shouts. It screams. It holds a knife to your throat and asks if you're ready to bleed. And the truth? You've been afraid of nothing. Afraid of the world. Yes. Afraid of pain. Yes. But not afraid of yourself. Not yet. That part is coming, and it's coming fast. The cracks in the reflection, they're not mistakes, they're invitations. Little doors into chaos. Step closer, look harder, see the corners of your mind where shame sleeps, where anger curls up like a venomous snake, where desire twists into something sharp. That's the real you, the one they warned you about, the one that can't be tamed, the one that will rise if you let it. Can you hear it breathing? Can you hear it laughing? Most people don't survive their own reflection. They flinch, they turn away, they plaster a smile over their eyes and pretend, but not you. You're already different. Or maybe you're not. Maybe this is the moment it begins, when the old skin tears, when the soft lies peel away, when you feel that electric surge running through your spine, and you realize you're not just alive, you're dangerous. The mirror doesn't lie. It tells you who you were, who you are, and who you can destroy. Pain. That's just the beginning. Every whisper of doubt, every scar, every misstep, it's a map, a blueprint. Follow it. Trace it with your fingertips until your hands are red, until your mind bends and twists, until you understand the rhythm of power, the rhythm of chaos, the rhythm that waits inside you every second you've been pretending to sleep. It's patient, it's cruel, and it's hungry for release. So stare until your reflection breaks completely. Let the cracks cut your face. Let them etch their lessons into your bones. Let them shake the foundation of everything you thought you knew. And when you finally blink, when you finally turn away, something will be different. Not soft, not timid, not human, but sharp. Pain. It's not a visitor, it's a teacher. A relentless whisper in your skull. Every bruise, every rejection, every time the world spat on you, it was pointing the way. You've been running from it, pretending it's a curse, pretending it's meaningless. But it's a compass, and the needle is sharp, shining, pointing straight at what you've been avoiding. straight at the chaos you're too afraid to face. Do you feel it yet? That twitch in your gut? That fire curling through your chest? That sharp, bitter ache that makes your teeth clench? That's the sound of yourself coming alive. It's not polite. And it's telling you to stop being small, to stop waiting for permission, to stop begging for mercy from a world that never gives it. Pain doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your tears. It only cares about one thing: attention. Every scar is a roadmap. Every failure a stepping stone. You've been calling it suffering. I call it power. Hidden, waiting, pulsing like a secret heartbeat beneath your ribs. Let it remind you of every door that slammed in your face, every sneer, every whisper of doubt. Don't run. Don't hide. Follow it. Let it guide you. Let it make you sharp. Let it carve you into someone they won't dare to ignore. Do you hear it laughing? The world thinks pain will break you, but it won't. Not if you listen. Not if you let it twist you, sharpen you. Sharpen your vision until every move you make drips with clarity. Let your failures scream at you. Let your regrets crawl over your spine like fire. Let them teach you the patterns no one else sees. Pain is a teacher, a predator, and a gift all at once. Some will call it madness. Others will say you're lost. But this is clarity, raw, savage clarity. The kind that cuts clean through the fog of excuses and soft lies. Every stab of pain is a signpost. Every ache a lesson. Every betrayal a map to your own resurrection. Do you see it? The trail? It's all there, waiting, and it's beautiful. Because only through it will you know what it means to be alive. So lean into it. Lean until the fire becomes part of your blood. Let every pang twist into strategy. Every wound whisper secrets only you can hear. The world doesn't understand this. The weak don't survive it. But you're not weak. Not anymore. Follow the compass. Let the pain guide you through the storm. And when you emerge, you won't just be stronger. You'll be a threat. The kind they never saw coming. Comfort is a coffin. Soft, warm, deceptive. You think it's safety. You think it's life. But it's a cage. A slow, silent death. Every time you settle. Every time you hesitate. Every time you whisper tomorrow. You're dying a little. Can you feel it? That dull weight pressing against your ribs? That's not peace. That's surrender. And surrender is a luxury you can't afford. Look around. Look at the world. Everyone crawling along, smiling politely, pretending they're okay, pretending their small, safe lives are enough. But you're awake, or you're about to be. And comfort will try to kill that spark. It will whisper sweet lies. Rest, stop, wait, listen carefully. It's a predator, waiting for the moment you falter, waiting to trap you in mediocrity forever. Kill it. Kill the version of you that clings to softness, the version that fears the edges, the version that counts minutes instead of seizing moments. Tear it out of your chest. Burn it. Watch the ashes scatter in the wind. And do it fast. Do it clean. Do it without hesitation. Because the world doesn't care if you're polite. The world doesn't care if you're comfortable. Only the dangerous survive. Only the ones willing to burn what's safe. Do you feel the panic rising yet? The tremor in your hands? That's good. That's proof you're alive. Proof the old you is screaming, clawing, begging to stay in its cozy cage. But listen closer. That scream? It's music. It's fuel. It's fire, waiting to set your soul ablaze. Feed it. Let it twist into chaos. Let it break the chains that comfort has wrapped around your mind. No one told you this. No one whispered it in your ear. Comfort is the enemy. Safety is the lie. The longer you hold on to it, the weaker you become. And weakness is poison. Slow, invisible, deadly. You think you've got time? You don't. Every second spent pretending life is soft is a second the world forgets you exist. And the moment it forgets, it will crush you. So rise. Rise and burn. Rise and tear apart the quiet lies you've been telling yourself. Rise and let chaos become your bedrock. The comfortable you is dead. Bury it. Walk over its grave with your teeth clenched. And when you step into the open air of raw, unfiltered danger, you won't just exist. You'll dominate. You'll be the storm everyone forgot to fear. Chaos is your playground, your blade, your secret ally, hiding in plain sight. Everyone else fears it, hates it, runs from it. But you, to grin while the walls crumble, to move when the floor is lava. Chaos is not destruction. Chaos is freedom, and it's delicious. Look closer. The world is built on rules. Rules they tell you to follow. Manners, timetables, expectations. Weakness disguised as order. They think safety is control, but control is a lie. The second you embrace chaos, the second you bend it, shape it, weaponize it, they crumble. They notice too late. And oh, the look on their faces. Priceless. Do you feel it? That jitter under your skin? That heat in your chest? That twitch in your hands? That's chaos. Breathing, waiting, laughing. It wants to be unleashed. Not tomorrow, not slowly. Now, it whispers. Push the boundaries, break the rules, watch the world stumble. Listen. Listen and obey, or keep crawling in the shadows. Your choice. Unpredictable is powerful. Unpredictable is feared. Predictable dies quietly, unnoticed. The trick is subtlety, precision. A smile, a movement, a word. Drop a pebble in the pond and watch ripples explode into tidal waves. Small gestures, big damage. That is your art, your signature, your weapon. And no one sees it coming. Some will call it madness. They'll shake their heads. Their whispers will follow you like ghosts. Ignore them. Madness is clarity wrapped in fire. Madness is vision. It's the ability to strike before the world even knows you exist. Harness it. Let it pulse in your veins. Let it sharpen your mind. Let it turn hesitation into annihilation. Now step into it. Step into chaos like it owns you. Step into it like the world owes you nothing. Tear apart the scripts they wrote for you. Rewrite the rules. Laugh while the floor tilts beneath them. Chaos is not a weapon they can take from you. It's inside. It's alive. It's waiting for you to make your move. And when you do, oh, the destruction will be beautiful. Hunger, Not the soft kind, not the polite kind, the one that gnaws at your gut, the one that wakes you in the dead of night, the one that whispers, "You're not enough, not yet, not ever." That hunger, it's alive, it's brutal, it's beautiful, and it won't stop, not for anyone. Do you feel it? The jitter under your ribs, the fire crawling up your spine, the ache behind your eyes. That's desire, pure, unfiltered, not for comfort, not for approval, but for domination, for power, for the thrill of knowing you're awake while everyone else is asleep. It's a predator, and you're its prey. Weakness feeds it. Complacency fuels it. Every time you settle, every time you whisper tomorrow, every time you glance at them and hope they'll hand you your place. No, hunger doesn't wait. Hunger doesn't forgive. Hunger will tear you apart if you refuse it. And the world has no mercy for the faint of heart. Watch your reflection. See that flicker of fire behind your eyes, that twitch in your hands, that restless pulse in your veins. That's the spark. That's the ember. That's the part of you that refuses to be small, that refuses to be ignored, that refuses to die quietly. Feed it. Let it twist, coil, stretch. Let it consume your fear and spit out clarity. Every loss, every betrayal, every no thrown in your face, it's fuel. Every scar, every sleepless night, every gnawing doubt, it's fuel. Follow it, harness it. Let it drive you faster, let it push you harder, let it make you dangerous. The hunger isn't polite, it isn't patient, but it's honest, and honesty is power. So rise. Rise with teeth clenched. Rise with fire in your chest. Rise with every broken promise as your battle cry. Hunger doesn't sleep. Hunger doesn't pause, and neither can you. Feed it. Let it guide you. Let it sharpen you. Let it turn you into the threat everyone swore you could never be. And when you finally strike, oh, the world will remember your name. The shadows are alive. They whisper. They crawl. They know everything you refuse to admit. Every secret. Every envy. Every rage you shoved under your skin. The part you hide even from yourself. That's your weapon. That's the dark fire no one else can touch. Listen closely. It's calling. It's hungry. Do you feel it? That cold thrill crawling along your spine? That ache behind your eyes? That pulse in your veins? That's the darkness inside you waking up. Not to destroy, but to sharpen, to twist every fear, every frustration, every suppressed scream into something precise, something lethal, something beautiful. Everyone runs from their shadows. Everyone whispers, "I'm fine," while the darkness gnaws at their edges. Not you. You've stared long enough. You've felt enough pain to know this shadow, it's waiting to hunt, to stalk, to strike when no one expects it. And oh, the satisfaction when it does. Rage, envy, jealousy, desire. They're not sins, they're maps, paths through the world no one else can see. Follow them. Let them twist you into strategy. Let them sharpen your mind. Let them bend your instincts. Let the darkness make you faster, smarter, sharper. The shadow doesn't forget. The shadow doesn't forgive, but it never lies. Do not fear it. Do not tame it. Do not cage it. Let it breathe. Let it move. Let it whisper the truths no one else can handle. That's where your power hides. In the corners, in the silence, in the twisted pulse of your mind no one dares to explore. That's where the predator is born. That's where you become more than human. So hunt. Hunt your own darkness. Name it. Feed it. Let it twist, coil, sharpen every part of you until even your reflection flinches. Shadows don't wait for permission. They strike. And now, so will you. Every fear they planted, every lie they told, every doubt they whispered, becomes the weapon you wield. And when you finally step into the light, they won't know what hit them. Yo, wait. Don't leave yet. Seriously, stick with me. One last time. You've seen it. You've felt it. The chaos, the fire, the raw hunger inside you. This isn't just a video. Nah, this is a spark to light the storm that's been sleeping in your chest. Every grind, every sleepless night, every moment you felt overlooked, ignored, dismissed. You're not weak. You're not small. You're a storm in disguise. And today, right now, you proved it. So drop a comment. Yeah, right now. Tell me how you're going to unleash it. Share this with the ones who need the wake-up call. Tag them. Challenge them. Make them feel the fire too. And yo, remember this. Chaos is your weapon. Hunger is your compass. Shadows are your allies. Keep pushing, keep breaking, keep rising. So smash that like button. Subscribe, turn notifications on, because we're just getting started. And always remember, I see you. I respect you. I know what you're capable of. And I know you're ready to become the threat everyone warned them about.